Once again, Southwest Florida. This is Brett coming to you live from Fit Project Radio on 99.3 ESPN. As always, Fit Project Radio is brought to you by Link to Fitness and linktofitness.com, as well as the generosity of the Greater Naples YMCA. So we are back, and as I have been telling you guys throughout this week, as well as earlier this morning, we do have a very, very, very special guest here in town. And the reason why he's very special is not just because of what he's accomplished, but basically where he's from. So Southwest Florida, I bet you guys didn't even know that located here in Fort Myers, we have Florida's strongest man, Mr. Pat Wilson, and he is here with me live in the studio. Good morning, Pat. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely,
really
Pat Wilson. And actually, the studio here is filled with a lot of the man meat called the Ape Team, and so I am very, very pleased to have a number of your teammates here as well. But so tell me, Pat, Florida's strongest man. What's where are we at right now?
Florida's strongest man. I just won the competition in December, and I've been doing it probably the last 9-10 years. It took a lot of hard work to do, and I'm just feeling good, coming off a victory. Preparing for my next show, which is going to be the 2016 NAS Nationals, where I can earn my pro card.
Absolutely. Wow. Okay. So your last competition, you said, was in December.
Correct.
Now, where was the competition held at?
Orlando.
It was held in Orlando. Okay. Now, what were some of the events that, because I mean, I've been to a number of competitions, so you see the basic bench pressing and deadlifting and stuff like that, but what were some of the special events involved in this competition for the strongman?
Some of the special events involved in strongman, it's not like your traditional powerlifting competition where you do a squat, bench, and a deadlift. So the events involved were a log. You pick up a log and you clean and press it for a minute.
Okay.
And my weight was 250 pounds, and I had to clean it and press it over my head as fast as I can, as many reps as I can in under a minute time. And the next one was a yoke walk, where you carry a weight on your back. It's hanging from a crossbars on your back, and you carry it for 60 feet, and that was 700 pounds.
700 pounds. So just to go back, just so for some of you guys that don't know what like a power clean and press is, and you said it was
250 pounds.
250 pounds. So basically, you're taking this massive object from the ground, bringing it up to your chest, and you're not done there. You're bringing it from your chest, putting your hands over your head, locking out at 250. That again. I'm impressed. I just think the human body is such a beautiful thing. And then putting a bar across of your back, very similar to a squat position,
Correct.
But then moving 700 pounds, 60 feet?
Yeah, you got to move it as fast as you can in 60 feet. A lot of guys can do it, but it's timing and coordination and speed.
So now we're working on the speed element, not just power.
Correct.
Very, very cool. Okay, so now, how are these competitions organized? So we were just talking about, some of it involves speed plus weight, some of it's strictly weight. Now, is this done through a point system, or is it total weight lifted, or how are strongmans regulated?
Strongman competition is regulated in a point system. So take this for example. We have 10 guys competing.
Okay.
And we all do the log press the first event. And I take first. I get all those 10 points.
Okay.
So if I place second in the yoke, I get 9 points. It's all added up at the end of the competition. Every strongman competition is usually 5 events.
Okay.
So the total amount of points at the end of the day becomes the victory.
Very cool. Okay, so it is a point system. All right. Now, so when you're competing, what is your favorite event? What do you feel that you excel at?
I would probably say the log press and the circus dumbbell. I am really, really good at that, and medleys. So carrying events, odd objects, endurance lifts, we carry a sandbag, a keg, and just do it as fast as you can. Taxes a lot of cardio. It's really high intensity. I'd say those are probably my favorite events.
All right, so you are those what about those giant Atlas stones?
Oh, I love those.
You love those Atlas stones. Okay, so those odd carry things are probably your favorite. So that the stuff that gives people the most trouble, you excel at.
Yes.
And you know what? As an athlete, that's what you want to do. So that's incredible. So what's your training schedule like? I mean, because I'm looking around at your team and I mean, you guys are just big guys, and I think it's great. So what's the training schedule like for guys like you?
Well, the training schedule, I train, a strongman competitor trains probably every day, doing something to better itself. But the basics of training is Monday or Tuesday is either some form of an overhead press, a shoulder workout, and then like on a Tuesday, I usually train like a lower body lift. You get your heavy squats, your heavy deadlifts,
Okay.
maybe some power cleans, some of those lower body lifts. And then like accessory day during the week, like Thursday or Friday later on. It's like a lighter day, kind of more of a bodybuilding workout.
Okay,
repetitions to recover. And then on Saturday, we do our event training, which is strongman training. All of us together get together on a big group on 8 a.m. on a Saturday at the Weight Pile Gym.
Sure.
Local in Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay.
And we all train the strongman specific events.
Very cool. All right. So, and now, when you guys are training, okay, what's your favorite exercise when you train? Like, what's your just basic, raw exercise you just like to do, and you look forward to it every week? What is that?
I really look forward to deadlifts. I really used to love overhead pressing, but deadlifts lately, it's just something that's really excited me. One of my training partners, Nick here, he's a great deadlifter. And I just kind of he pushes me to do better. And I've had a lot of guys that really push me, and deadlift is like the truest form of strength. And I've just been looking forward to that because you can just go all out on that lift. It really matters. It's a true raw power lift.
Yeah.
And just whatever I can lift as much as I can.
And so for those of you that don't know, like a deadlift is just basically you just put on as much meat on the bar as possible and you just pick it up off the earth. But the one thing that you touched on that I really want to just kind of like explain to everybody that's listening is that you just said that your workout partner Nick or whoever you may be training with that day is there and designed to make you do a little better, push
Correct.
you a little further, and you do the same for them, of course.
Absolutely.
But see, that's what's really, really important. Again, guys, is no matter if you are a top quality athlete, of a strongman, or an Olympian, or I just joined the gym yesterday. It's always best to have that one person, two people, or that group of individuals that will push you just a little bit farther to be better than what you were yesterday. So I'm glad you brought that up, Pat. So now, I know you don't always focus on what you love. What are some of the exercises that you just hate to do, but you have to do them?
Well, I'm sure everyone listening in knows that my grip is probably not the best. I mean, it's okay. It's not, I would say it's not heavyweight world's strongest man quality strength.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at grip right now, but it is probably my most dreaded event because, you really can't do anything about having average hands. Some of these guys like Brian Shaw, they're 6'8" tall, they're massive mitts,
Yeah.
I have average hands. So really the hand, the size really matters on grip. Me being only 6 foot, barely, it's kind of an event I struggle with. I'm starting to look forward to it more. I'm trying to really understand how to develop my grip better, and I've really made improvements on that.
Okay, all right. So it's little things that matter the most.
Absolutely.
Good, great point. So how do you push yourself through just to do better? What do you do mentally? Because, there's tons of times I'm sure you just want to be like, oh my gosh, I just want to stop, but you can't. What do you do to push yourself to continuously do well?
Well, I think back, where I started. I started when I was 16, and, I just been doing this 9 years. I have a team now, a great support system. My fiance here in the studio, she really pushes me to do better. My teammates, Miguel, Nick, Caleb, all the guys that I train with, they really, I'm kind of like the role model leader of the group, and I have to be a little bit better, So those guys I see working in week out, the boot campers, my clients, they are what push me. My clients, the people that come and train with me, those are the guys that really I drive, off their motivation. I thrive off it. And it's just, those are my people, and they make me better. So I think, what would they do? If I'm trying to lead these group, I'm trying to lead the 18, I have to, I got to put up or shut up.
That's a really, really good point. So, obviously the support of others, to push you to do better. And we are going to go over how you can get in touch with Pat. He was talking about some of the clients that he has and the training groups that he's with. So if you guys do want to get involved in one way or another, we are going to go over that just here in a minute. And I'm actually looking forward to going over that. But But looking at, the people in the room, again, just you guys are just big human beings, and I mean, blessed by God, and I think that's really, really cool. But so your diet, how do you fuel the machine? I mean, that's got that above lifting the weights. Got to fuel the machine. So in the day in the life of a strongman, tell me about your diet.
The day in the life of my diet, I started off eating everything and anything because I just wanted to compete with, guys like Michael Burke, Brian Shaw, these amazing athletes at the time. And then, I started realizing, hey, I got to watch my diet a little bit better. I kind of got myself a little bit out of shape, so I started going back to like the bodybuilding diet. So
okay.
I stick to like mainly lean protein sources. I'm always going to ground turkey, chicken breast,
okay,
jasmine rice, green beans. I eat very clean. Right now I just got my body fat tested. It's 8% body fat. I've been trying to work on that a lot, doing the cardio in the mornings, working on my endurance, sticking with the diet. And every now and then I'll have a burger, I'll have a little cheat, a little Oreos.
Sure. Yeah, you gotta have fun with it too.
It's very rare,
So what are you weighing in at right now?
My body weight's probably 245.
Okay. so guys, I'm not about to do the math here, but this guy's walking in at 245 pounds, and only 8% of that is body fat. Now, just to give that into perspective, typically human beings to survive, on an average basis, needs to have anywhere between 4 to 5% body fat, simply just to live and function. Now, the really cool part about that is that his body is not only able to survive off of lower percentages of body fat, but this just gives you perspective of just how much muscle is driven in this body. That's incredible. So continuing on the diet end. Are you a supplement guy?
I am a supplement guy. I like taking protein powders. I believe in what works. I'm not really, I really don't endorse supplements. I really, I stick with the basics. I think the basics really matter in fitness right now. I think we all get carried away with this new supplement works, this new supplement works. So I believe in protein powder. I believe in multivitamins. I believe in creatine, branched chain amino acids, fish oils, the vitamins and minerals. That's what I believe. So yeah, I'm a supplement guy.
All right, so we were talking about the APE team here. Now that's your training group. So, and that's where you work with a lot of your clients, right? So what type of clients do you typically work for or work with?
I work for them.
Yeah.
But clients are anywhere from a mom trying to get in shape, anywhere from a 10-year-old gymnast, anywhere from all the way up to I train guys that are actually going to fight this weekend in Miami, a couple weekends in Miami. The D'Angelo brothers, they own a gym called Fight Zone.
Okay.
So they're pro MMA fighters. I trained Bryant Perella. He was 13-0, 12 knockouts. He's an amazing boxer, looking to probably be the next WBC champion, welterweight champion in the world.
So you travel, you train people from across the gamut, from little kids to people that are
pro athletes.
And pro athletes, and that's awesome. So if people are wanting to get in touch with you, and guys, this would be if you're in the Fort Myers, Cape Coral area, even in Naples, guys. This would be something to really look into. How do people get in touch with you?
You guys can get in touch with me on my website, the8teamtraining.com. That's the8teamtraining.com, or you can get them on my social media. My Instagram is Pat Wilson Strength Coach, or Facebook Pat Wilson.
Okay.
You can get in contact with me on my email, jwilson32213@gmail.com.
All right, very cool. So what does 2016 have in store for you?
2016 is Pro Card. I'm going to be a professional strongman. That's my goal. It's already in my mind. I'm going to achieve it.
That is, and that's exactly right. If you visualize it, it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So you definitely are having our support here, and we're excited to have you guys here. So once again, guys from all over Southwest Florida, these are the types of athletes that we have in our own backyard that many of us might not even be aware of. And I am just very proud and very excited to have Pat Wilson and the APE team here in the studio. So again, guys, the strongman training is not always for the strongman mentality. So if you are looking to empower yourself, gain better traction in the gym. Just improve your overall human being ability. Pat Wilson and the Ape Team. One more time, how do people get in touch with you?
How do people get in touch with me? Just hit me up on my Facebook or my Instagram or my email, jwilson32213 @gmail.com. It's Pat Wilson. I do a boot camp every Saturday at 10 a.m. I just want to say thank you to my fiance for being there for me and my team. And thanks for having me, Brett Richard. I really appreciate this.
Hey, man, it was my pleasure. You know, we've been friends for a little while now, and it was it's great to support the local athletes and doing great things in the local community. So, guys, once again, this was the Ape Team and Mr. Pat Wilson, Florida's strongest man, here on Fit Project Radio, coming to you live here at the 99.3 ESPN studios. We will be back in just a few quick minutes to close this out. Once again, it's Brett with Fit Project Radio, brought to you by Link to Fitness and linktofitness.com on 99.3